The Romantic Apocalypse by the Misfits Mavericks!
The characters Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo wants a girlfriend. He likes computers, phones, the internet, and blowing shit up. Juliet wants a boyfriend. She likes the internet, phones, and computers, and not only that, she also likes blowing shit up.
Romeo's parents live in a tiny house with no food and they're out of work. They need to borrow money.
Juliet's parents are rich bankers. They own a casino and vineyards. They are stuck-up snobs.
Now, these are the people, this is the story. Are you ready for the romantic apocalypse?
On the news, there's bad stuff happening all the time, and I mean like all the time. The poor are getting poorer, you heard it right, and the rich are getting richer. Oh no, I can't believe it. It has come to this. Romeo's parents need to borrow some money. What will we do?
Please can we borrow some money? We're going to lose our home.
Juliet's parents own the Bank of Capitalists, and they say,
Yes, you can borrow it with 100% interest a week. You've got 1 week to pay it back. Do you hear me? 1 week.
Meanwhile, on the romantic apocalypse, Romeo and Juliet meet on Match.com. After carefully searching through thousands of profiles, they say the same thing over and over again, such as, I have a great sense of humor, ha ha ha, or date me, I am fun, la di da di da. They finally meet someone who likes the same sort of stuff that they do. Woohoo!
Romeo likes
Spending money, getting hammered, going on a blow-up fest.
Romeo dislikes
Parents, Marmite, football.
Juliet likes
Spending money, getting hammered, going on a blowing up fest.
Juliet dislikes
Tuna, shopping, parents.
He says
Hello, love.
and she says
Hello, sugar plum, darling.
All they want is for 1 whole week to be able to text and message each other. All of the time, they lol, buffff, chittafin, lumafeo. They do not, and I repeat, they do not listen to or give a damn about anything their parents say. Juliet's parents get really angry.
She's on the phone all the time. It's got to stop.
Juliet's parents block all the internet sites and take away all her mobile credit. Romeo and Juliet cannot talk to each other anymore.
It's time to pay back the Bank of Capulets.
7 days have gone by, and Romeo's dad gives him an instruction. Therefore, the instruction is, son, would you please take this money to Juliet's parents?
Romeo has a brilliant idea. With all the money he's got, he can buy a plane ticket and fly to Juliet.
He has to go and see her straight away.
Juliet, here I come.
Romeo arrives at the airport. He steals a gold Bentley and drives it all the way to Juliet's mansion. He suddenly feels shy and cowers behind a bush. What an absolute weakling.
Come on, Romeo, be brave, come on.
Juliet hears a funny noise.
Is anyone out there? Where the heck are you, Romeo?
Romeo answers.
Love brought me to you, Juliet. Come on, let's ditch the parents, and the whole world can get out of here.
Juliet takes a leap of faith down to where Romeo is. And finally, and I mean finally, they are together, and thus they can do anything they want. Woohoo!
They are ready to take on the world.
They decide to go to Laser Tag Island.
Romeo and Juliet are having the best time of their lives, and I mean the most exciting time of their lives. They are blowing sheet up at Laser Tag Island! Here we come, yo!
Their parents are not so happy. Not happy at all. Juliet's mum calls Romeo's mum and says,
Where's my money?
"Where is my son?"
Where is my daughter? Find them. Send in the spies.
The spies search for some time and eventually follow the shrieks of laughter coming from Laser Tag Island. They happen to stumble upon Romeo and Juliet, thus taking them back to Juliet's mansion.
You broke the rules. You are grounded.
"You stole our money."
You will never see each other ever again.
Romeo and Juliet could not live without each other. They tried. Not one, not two, not 10, not 20, not 50, but you heard it here, folks, 99 ways to die. They shot themselves, jumped off cliffs, splat. They took pills, glug, glug, glug. They jumped in the sea, blub, 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 blub. They tried everything, but they could just not seem to kill themselves. Nothing worked. They would have to run, and never look back.
As they ran away, Romeo and Juliet chucked the last bomb they had over their shoulder. It landed on Juliet's house where all their parents were. There were the biggest explosion they had ever seen. There were screams coming from their parents, and as their parents' spirits appeared, they said, "We should never have blocked the internet."
Romeo and Juliet looked in each other's eyes, gazed at each other, and said, "Shit happens." They all laughed and laughed.
Oh,
Hello.
I recently watched an episode of a Japanese anime. It reminded me of my own life story of like how I met my now ex-girlfriend, and then back in Australia in high school, which is now over anyway. But the whole concept of it reminded me like what I experienced back in high school when I was thinking about romantic animes, like romantic Japanese anime, and violent video games. And that's how then that got me thinking, why not combine the two into a play/comic?
Phil told me he hadn't seen any Shakespeare, so we got a group together and we went to the tobacco factory and saw a play. And when we came back, we talked about what the really important bits of Phil's story were. And I think he said we combined really violent video games, which is quite popular, and anime, and a love story, which are three great ingredients.
There were like 2 sheets of brown paper on the wall over there, and I just got like some markers and just started doodling on there about like what to put in the story.
Well, we've drawn pictures of Romeo and Juliet in different versions, and of the way they looked. And Romeo's parents were poor and really, really poor.
I wanted Romeo to seem like the casual, everyday sort of chap. So we just drew him sort of casual, t-shirt, jeans, wacky t-shirt, just someone who just likes to just get out there and enjoy life, really.
Juliet's parents, they were quite rich and quite nasty. I came up with a plan to make Juliet's father, wearing a red bow tie, a sort of light blue shirt, a brown waistcoat, and a black dinner jacket, spiky at the front. And for Juliet's mother, long hair and sort of a dress or something. I thought they looked quite hideous, if you ask me.
I wanted Juliet to sing more of the independent, outgoing sort of type, so I decided to give her like a sort of crazy, wacky hairdo, because I thought that would just be her. And when I saw it was actually used, I was like, hey, what do you know?
Hello, Sugar Plum, darling.
And the group worked on the designs for the characters, and Jenny took all different aspects of their designs and put them together to make the characters so that everyone owned a part of that. And we put the story and the visuals together, and that has created our fantastic romantic apocalypse comic and now video. For people who can't read or find that difficult, it just makes the whole thing really accessible. How Jenny has worked with the visuals is how we work with theatre and storytelling, is facilitating everybody working together. So the group always feel they own the work. It isn't one person just leading and directing people. We always work with everybody's ideas so everyone can own it.
I'm just glad it happened.